everybody, it's Kyle. Coming to you from a car, not my car. My car is in the shop still. Kind of a disaster situation. That particular engine and that about 2 or 3 year span of those Lincoln MKZs has issues. And even though the mileage on it is 36,000 miles and it's a 2017, Lincoln won't do anything to fix it, even though they know it's a fault Ford does in their engine. They won't do anything to fix it, so we're having to pay for a new engine. And it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap at all. Think 5 figures. Yeah, it really sucks, dude. There's been a lot of that going on, and that's actually why I'm so late with the podcast, and I've been a little late with the other Hawk Picks podcast, and been slacking a little bit in the business. Just kind of let depression get a hold of me again, and kind of wring me out and hang me up to dry, and it's taken a little while to dry. The problem with that situation is that when a couple of things like that kind of go wrong, then I honestly do believe things come in threes. It's weird, and I know it's bullshit superstition, but we had 3 things in a row there, and it just sucked, man. It really sucked. And they were all losing money on stuff, and it's one of those things, and the thing is that there's, you can search back on those things and you can figure out where you did something or where you went wrong or whatever, and you can play the blame game, and you can get down on yourself about it, or you can blame others. And then the other thing that happens to me is I get frustrated with the way people behave in society, whether it be, the moron driving in front of you, or the people that are rude in the grocery store, or the people eyeballing your beautiful wife when you go out and she's dressed up for Halloween. It's just one of those things, man. And when one thing goes wrong, you start to think everything's going to go wrong. I've had dreams of finding out I have cancer and dying. I've had problems sleeping. I've had problems with the weather's getting kind of nasty. It's rainy right now. You'll hear the windshield wipers going. And it's just like when one thing happens, then another, you start to believe all the negative, right? And then, with the state of our society in the United States right now, and the separation in people, and the hatred and the venom and you start to fall for it. And normally I try to be a positive guy, but I let it get to me, man. And I'm coming out of it now, but it's really sucked, man. And if you suffer from depression or any other mental illness like that, what you have to realize is that it doesn't just affect you, it affects those around you. And you do have to talk about what's going on, and you do have to speak with someone about it. I've spoken to my wife about it and stuff, and about what's going on, what I'm thinking, why this is happening, I think, and all that jazz. And she's right. She's like, man, you gotta, because I get done with work, way earlier than she does, and she starts work way earlier than I do. But my job only requires less stress and anxiety and work in general. When you've got a big corporate job like she's got and all that stuff, that they expect you to work more than you're really supposed to work in a week and in a day. And that's just kind of how it is. Whereas with my job, I can get what I need to get done every day in a certain amount of time, and then I'm off work. And I was using that before and going, headlong into the whole reselling deal and spending time down there until, it was around time for her to get off work, and she'd be like, hey, come on up. Let's cook dinner or let's do something, And the problem with that is that I've already been sitting there for a full day's work, and while I love the way stuff's decorated and everything, I do need to clean up my area because there's a lot of overflow from inventory and stuff from the business, and it's kind of crowding in on me. I got to clean that up. I got to get my shit straight and get my head on straight because, all these things together add up to just really negative situation in your life, and you're creating it. You just don't know it. But what you want to do is you want to be able to identify that stuff when it starts happening. And like my wife said, go take the dogs for a walk. Take each dog around the block, 1, 2, 3. And we got 3 little dogs. They're not big. 2 pugs and a cavadoodle or a cavapoo, whatever you want to call it. To go take them for a walk. It'd be good for you. It'd be good for them. You'll feel better. And she's right. I'm going to start doing that tomorrow. I really am, because it's raining right now. But I'm going to start doing that because I got to get out from in that gray basement and see a little light, breathe a little fresh air, and it would be great for the dogs too, man. They would love to go out and take a walk like that. And I just need to do it, man. And then I need to get back into this business because things are still selling. I mean, hell, we sold something today, and there's another thing. A guy wanted me to do some measurements on a sweatshirt that he wants, and I did and sent him back to him. I'm thinking it'll sell too today. But we've got so much inventory out there that we need to get in because it's holiday oriented, If I would have been smart, I would have had all the Halloween style stuff in already, but I haven't done that. And it's really probably too late for that now. I mean, we're about a week out from Halloween, so people wouldn't even get it in time if they did buy it from me. So it doesn't serve them a whole lot of purpose, right? But I do have a Halloween sale going on, a special, and I've had a few interests in that, and so hopefully some of that will sell. But what I'm getting at is, when things start to go wrong, there's different ways that you can handle it. You can do a situation where you identify it and then figure out how you're going to combat that feeling and those thoughts. And then there's the alternative, which is what I did, where you just let it all pile up until it becomes unbearable. And what you do when you do that is if you're bummed out and you're sad and you're angry and you're hating on people when you're out and about in the world and blaming everybody for everything, and then you're hurting people. You're not just hurting yourself, but those around you that love you. It hurts for them to see you like that, and you're not particularly nice to them. And so, I just got to get my head on straight, and I'll be all right. This has happened before, and thank goodness my wife is just such an amazing soul that she knows when things are going wrong, and she identifies it, but it still hurts. So I just have to be smarter about it. And if you're going through this stuff, you got to be smarter about it too. Okay? You have to, because you're not doing yourself any good, and you're not doing anyone around you that loves you and cares about you any good. So you've got to figure it out. You have to have a plan. If you see a therapist, talk to them about your plan. What am I going to do when this starts creeping in and I'm starting to feel this way? And, you can't let it in. If you do, this is the type of situation you end up in where, realistically, we probably could have had a lot more sales and things would have been a lot happier and all that jazz over the last few weeks. But instead, I just allowed myself to be overcome by these negative feelings. And see, I could have yelled at that guy right there. But I didn't, man. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to do better, Anyway, yeah, you just got to figure out a plan. You got to figure out how you're going to handle this. What are you going to do differently so that you don't go down this hole? And that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to get out of this, and then I'm going to move along, okay? So let me talk about what I'm into right now. All right. So we got that over with. Sorry, but I just had to say it because it's top of mind right now, and I really need to get it fixed. Okay. All right. What am I into right now? Music. What am I into as far as music? Well, I did get the 20th anniversary copy of Death from Above 1979. The Pink album, She's a Woman and I'm a Machine, I think is what it is. It's really, that's a great album. You know, what I didn't realize is I already had a copy of it, but that's okay. This has been digitally remastered, and what I'll probably do is just put my older copy up for sale, you know, either on Discogs or on eBay or something like that, and just, you know, get it sold. I don't need 2 copies of that album. It's a great album. I don't even know anybody I would give it to. I guess I could. I've got a friend or two that I guess I could give it to if I wanted to. But yeah. And then so I've been listening to that a lot. There's been a couple new Vinyl Moons since the last time I talked to you guys. Yeah, it's been a while, man. And this is 4 days late right now. They've been really great. They're always good. I do want to figure out if I want to continue to do it, though, because it is not cheap, man. And it's just another subscription bullshit that just every month, you know. And there's no way to pay a year up front and get it cheaper, you know, like you can do with other things. So, and I get it because they press each one of these albums, and it takes time and money to do that. And then what else have I been listening to? I mean, you know, a lot of Cult. Some of the albums that after Sonic Temple that I didn't listen to a whole lot, I've been listening to those, and they've been great, man. They've been really awesome, and I love them. So I've been listening to some of those later ones, and even really their first one, Dreamtime, I think is what it's called. Been listening to that a little bit, but there's a trilogy of albums that they had. Going from it wasn't the early 2000s. It might have been like the mid 2000s, the aughts, I guess, and going into the teens, 2010s. They had a trilogy of albums that were pretty solid, and yeah, I don't know. I think they're really good, and I think that I missed out listening to them. So I'm listening to them now. I caught wind of them from that Greatest Hits CD that I bought, which I love, and I've got that in my car, which I get back tomorrow afternoon, by the way, and it'll be like a new car. I mean, it's a new engine. It's a remanufactured engine, but it's the new block that doesn't have this same issue, and there is a suit. A civil suit against them for this situation because they're doing this to people, and it's bullshit, man. So I'm involved in that, and you know, so you never know. I might get some of this money back. I doubt I'll get all of it, but I might get some of it back. I hope so. But yeah, that's on music. There's not a whole lot other stuff that I can think of that I've really been listening to a lot that is pertinent to this this episode. A lot of different things, you know. That's all I can really say. Yeah, the Cult. Oh, I have been listening to the band Justice, or the group Justice. I wouldn't really call it a band. Kind of a techno music, and then the same with Basement Jaxx. I've been listening to them a lot too. Again, lately, Big Data. Yeah. Been listening to that stuff a lot too, and you know, a lot of it started because You're a Woman, I'm a Machine. That's that Death from Above 1979 album. A lot of it started because I'm working on this project right now at my job that basically I can just put music on and let it go and hammer through some of these things, these aspects of this project, and that's what I've been doing. So that's kind of why I've revisited some of that older music. And it's pretty great. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, that's that. That's it on music. What have I been watching? A lot of things, man. You know, I need to get back into Alien Earth and finish that series off. The TV series is really good. I don't know why I haven't. gotten into it and finished it, but I need to get back into that and finish it because I really do dig it. Other than that, just some stuff here and there. I did get that Mac and Me 4K edition. It's pretty great. You know, I haven't watched the movie, but I watched the special small documentaries that are on it, and it's pretty great, man. I can't. That movie is just really interesting, and once you understand what all went into making it and what they were trying to do and what they were limited by and all that, then you start to understand why it's still a special movie, even though it didn't come together exactly how they may have envisioned it. And in my experience, I haven't made a lot of films, but I have made films, some short films, and it's always that way, man. What you have in your head or what you have on a script written down is not what you're going to get in the end. You're going to get, so your goal as a director or a creator is to make it come out as much as possible like what it is you envisioned. And that's quite a task. I will warn you on that one. But yeah, I've been watching that. Been watching some horror movies. I did watch VHS Halloween. I like those VHS movies. It's just really, I'll be honest, I don't like movies that just show a bunch of gore for gore's sake. Like, I don't like the Terrifier movies. I started watching the first one, and I was like, dude, this is garbage. And I get that people enjoy it and all that, but I don't know. I don't really understand their purpose. I mean, you can go see gore anywhere you want to. Why do I have to watch a movie with a piss poor plot and bad acting in order to see it? It's not like it was back in the day with 10,000 Maniacs or whatever it was called, and I Spit on Your Grave and stuff like that did have gore and stuff, but also had a story. It's different. The way they go about it now is just not as fulfilling, and so that VHS Halloween, they've gotten progressively like that with those movies. And the last one I didn't really care a whole lot for either. But this new one, VHS Halloween, it's just, some of it's just really fucking stupid. And I just didn't care for it. And it sucks because I love the idea of those movies, and I've enjoyed a couple of those movies a lot. But yeah, it's not good, I am trying to watch some older horror films that have been suggested. I've been starting to watch a guy on YouTube. Let me see if I can find his name for you guys. I really like this guy. He's good, I've really come to enjoy watching his videos, and he's got a lot of cool stuff that he talks about on there. And so I've been watching more and more of him all the time. Hopefully I can find him here. Let's see here. Actually, I'll just go into my history and look. But yeah, so, some of the older horror films that I've missed, I'm interested in seeing. And I need to take the time to watch some of them because I'll be honest, man, a lot of the new stuff, it's just weak in my opinion. I prefer a good story and good ideas in that respect. And that will carry me through a movie and get it to where I enjoy the movie. And there's just not as much of that as there used to be. I'm very excited to see Frankenstein. That's coming out. It's actually been in like a handful of theaters in the United States. But yeah, I'm excited to see that. I think it's going to be a really good film. I'll probably just have to wait to watch it on Netflix, Knowing me, when the 4K Blu-ray comes out for it, I'll probably get it because it's going to be a lot better than it is streaming. We'll see. I don't know. Hard to say on that one. Man, I can't believe this guy's not popping up in my YouTube playlist. Oh, it's AVA Pop Culture. So Alpha Victor, Alpha Pop Culture. And he does these horror movies rank. He ranks these horror movies depending on the topic. And he did one the other day on horror movies that he saw for the first time this year. And it's just got me interested in going back and watching some of these films. I'd like to see Serpent and the Rainbow again. I'd like to see Event Horizon again. There's some movies like that. I watched The Keep again. And I can see that it's not finished, and I can also understand what scared off the movie studio because it's a fucking crazy movie. And the same with Event Horizon, as I recall it. So there's some things like that I want to see that I haven't really sought out before now, and so I'm interested in watching those. And I've been watching other artistic films and stuff like that. TV shows, nothing really new or special there. But yeah, that's about it on what I've been watching. What have I been reading? Absolutely nothing. There is a series of Event Horizon comics that came out. The first 2 books are out. I think it's going to be 3 books. But yeah, I did kind of start on that one, and that's interesting. It continues after the story of the original film. So I'll be interested to read through that. And then I've been listening to The Hatchet Girls by Joe R. Lansdale, which is always, anytime you can listen to Hap and Leonard, go for it, because you're not going to be sorry. And then let's see what else. What have I been gaming? Nothing really. Unfortunately, the Netflix created solitaire game really fucked me over, man. It really sucks. I was on like level 950 or something crazy like that on the game. I've been playing it for a couple years now. Play it every day, and really about 3 years almost. And all of a sudden, I go to play one morning and all my shit's not there. I'm like, what on earth? So I went on the Google Play and I said something about it, and then they asked me to do a few things, and I tried it and it didn't work. So my shit's lost. Years of work in that it's lost. I did find some alternatives. There's one I do kind of like, so I've been playing that one a little bit. We'll see. I don't know if that's going to be something I'm going to want to stick to. Other than that, nothing really. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to sell off some systems. I'm probably going to sell off I don't know if I'm going to sell off the Asus ROG Ally yet. We'll see. But definitely want to sell off. I do have one used handheld up for sale that's really cool. It's a great system. And then I have another one, Odroid, that I built that I'll probably go ahead and put up for sale. And then I have that handheld of the Neo Geo X. I told you guys about that. I got an extra one of those. I'm going to put that up for sale. I just don't have much time to play games. I just don't make the time because I'm really just not that interested in it anymore. And the games that I do like to play, they would be on that Neo Geo X, but I have that full system with the TV connection and all that, so I'll just play it on there if I really got to play it. But yeah, I don't really play games anymore. I don't know why. Just don't have the time, and I don't make the time. That's all the more there is to it. But yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got. I know this episode's a little different. I know it's very late, but hey, here it is. I think I'm going to start trying to record these over the weekend and putting them out on like Monday. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on because it's just really hard to try and record during the week. And I think I'm going to do that with the reselling podcast as well. It's hard to record during the week. And I just, with everything that's going on, as busy as things are and as busy as things are going to get, yeah, I just don't have time for it. I will tell you this. We did book something we swore we'd never do. We booked a cruise with our kids in celebration of our youngest, my daughter Audrey, graduating. And she actually is in Spanish 5 right now. She's been taking this for a while. And she is going to attempt the exam for her to be bilingual at the end of the school year before she goes off to college next year. So we're going to take a cruise from Los Angeles down to 3 different port towns in Mexico. And hopefully she'll get a chance to speak a little bit of Spanish down there. And I even have a little surprise in the background for her that she doesn't know about. That's going to be kind of fun. Me on Spanish, I don't speak much. I studied it a little bit in high school. But, yeah, I mean, I don't remember a whole lot. Yeah, hola, and, buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches. I know that, but that's about it. So, yeah, we're going to do that. We booked it. We got some balcony rooms next to each other. Um, they'll have twin beds in their stateroom, and then we'll have our room that's got a king right next door, and it should be fun. It's going to be really cool. I will tell you, on the thing on cruises, a lot of people don't know. I mean, I certainly didn't. When you book a cruise and you set up the cost of the cruise for you guys to go, you'll see the prices aren't really that bad. They're pretty good. What you don't know about is that every single thing that you want to do, there's some stuff that's included, but so many things are not. Like if you want to do the package that includes all your alcohol drinks, it is like $80 a day, and we're going for a week. So I mean, that's like you get $560, man. And to be honest with you, I kind of started looking at it because I was talking to my buddy Mikey, and he said they're not going to do it on this next one they're going on. They've been going on a lot of them, but he said, man, you got to drink like 7 or 8 drinks to make it worth your while every day, And then next thing you know, you turn around and you're just going to be trashed the whole time you're on the boat. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. So we're just going to pay by the drink for alcohol when we're there, and it's really not that expensive. And there's no way we would drink enough to make it worth that. And if I do one day, hey, that's one day. It's not 7 days. The other thing is the internet is not free. The Wi-Fi. It is in public areas. They have a Wi-Fi. It's incredibly slow, and it's miserable. If you want that, it's $21 a day per person, per device. But there's a special thing you can get that's $26 a day that includes the internet, and it includes a lot of other cool little add-ons that you get, like early boarding, early getting to port situations when the boat can't dock on the port. Sometimes you have to, as a dock out in the bay, and then they have these skiffs, these little boats that run in. Getting on one of those early to get into town to spend your time there, yeah, it's a madhouse. And so with this deal, we can get on those early too. And then it has some other discounts and stuff, all the fancier restaurants. I will tell you, from what I've seen and what I've heard, the food that's in the main dining room and the main areas that's included is ample. It'll be fine for us. We don't need anything more than that. The food actually is pretty delicious from what I can see and from everything that I've heard. So we're not going to mess with that really. If we go to one fancy meal while we're on the ship, maybe the second to last day or so, that's fine, because we got 2 solid days of cruising at the end of the trip when we're on our way back to LA, and we're just out there in the Pacific a little bit. So one of those we might go eat somewhere nice, and we get a percentage off of that too with this thing that I'm talking about. So I think it's called the Key program or something, but you get special stuff. And there's a lot of little cool things like that. We're really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, but just know when you do that, and you sign up for one of those, you're probably looking at the cost you paid plus easily, if not more, another $1,000 per person for your trip, if you want to do some of the stuff that's on there. A lot of stuff's included, but there's plenty that's not. So just know that if you're a heavy drinker, like I said, really consider it, because it's hard to drink 7 or 8 drinks in a day. I mean, I would just be fucking trashed the whole time. I don't want to do that. I'll have a few, but I don't want to get rip-roaring drunk the whole entire time I'm on there. Fuck that, As a matter of fact, I can't believe I'm going to say this, guys, but I'm going to be 100% with you. I think my days with tequila are pretty much done. I really enjoy it, and I will always taste special ones, but I can't drink it how I used to, and that's a good thing. I need to quit anyway. It's not great for me. I do enjoy, just regular beers or seltzers. I can't believe I'm drinking seltzer. I do enjoy those though. Some of them, not all of them. Some are disgusting. But the Quirk ones are great, and the neutral ones are great. I love those a lot. There's a few out there that are really solid. And I just can't do all the beer. It's just too filling. So anyway, that's all I got. We're going to do that cruise. I'll leave you guys with that. If you have any tips or tricks on cruises, hey man, send them my way. I've got plenty of videos I've been watching and stuff, but if you know from experience, I'd love to hear from you. Please reach out to me. You know how to get a hold of me. Just do it. You know, we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, I think. Yeah, just reach out. Okay. And we can talk about it. I'll put a link to my Hi Hello card in the notes. And then I've got some pictures in there of our Halloween stuff. We're going to one more Halloween event, actually on Halloween with some friends. We're going to a nightclub, and same outfits that we had on last night. We went to a deal for a party for someone. They had a Halloween party, and we went to that. It was a lot of fun. I almost ruined it because of the shitty mood I've been in. But but my wife looked absolutely amazing. Long story short, I'm Austin Powers, and she was really, really wanted to be a fembot. And so we got her a costume on Etsy, and it's really cool. But it's very, very little clothing. The one we got her actually has the bra built into the dress, which is great. But it's a sheer dress, and all she's got is some roughly boy shorts on under there that are pretty small. But she looked fantastic, man. She had this blonde wig on with the pushed up back, and I mean, she had these little slippers on that had the fluffy deal. She had her nails done yesterday, and it was all pink, hands and feet. And yeah, she's a knockout. Anyway, I absolutely adore her, but she looked great. A lot of guys' eyes were popping out of their heads. It was pretty funny. But yeah, we had a good time. And so we're going to go again this coming Halloween. And I will get some pictures for you guys up of that deal too. I appreciate you guys listening, sticking with me through all this shit. Hang in there. If you're going through anything like this, feel free to reach out to me also. I don't know, maybe we can help each other, right? Do what you're doing. Keep on keeping on, people. And also do me a favor and get off my lawn.